Not sure if this has worked again or not. Anyway, let's have a little walk. Funny little occurrence this morning. I thought I got an invasion of hunters on the go. Got outside about 7. I thought I'd had a lay in, but it was actually still fairly early. Although, what are we? We're an hour ahead, so it was actually 8 o'clock French time. Anyway, I'm just standing outside having a look at some ripples and whatnot on the water, and this little chubby terrier cross thing rocks up round the corner with a red tag round its neck, and I thought, aye, this is going to be interesting. Then another one turned up, and then there was bloody 3. So nipped inside a bit sharpish, got the whistle off me life jacket, give it a couple of big blasts just to let whoever as was with the dogs know that there's someone about, in case I got bloody shot at or something. Anyway, this old chubby old boy comes around the corner with a flat hat on, and started trying to explain to me that his dogs had just got off the lead and got through a hole in the fence, and I thought, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, it turns up he walks with me all the time. Thought it was still vacant. It's all quite apologetic and chirpy. Offered to keep an eye on the place while I was away if necessary, and that he'd pop in when he saw the car, so couldn't really get rid of him in that respect of him walking the dogs. But he's a nice chap, and I asked him if he came hunting here, and he went, oh no, Christ no. He said, this is private, you get in big trouble for hunting on private land. If you leave the gates open, he said, people will come in. He said, but if they're shut, people really shouldn't come in here. So that's something I suppose, but he ain't the only one that's getting in here, that's for sure. Anyway, here's me bit of hedge lane from earlier in the week, which isn't pretty, but seems to do the job. Because he said, oh, I saw there was someone here and couldn't get back out again because all the holes in the fence were blocked up. I thought, yeah, it's working then, but there's another one to find yet, because he came in from the northwestern corner somewhere where there's a gap, so another bloody hole to find and have a look at. Let's just have a little nose over the gate here, see if there's any. A bit late in the day for deer and stuff to be out in the field, I expect. But yeah, there's a big old wood that they come from. The old wheat's just starting to green up. But you can still see footprints just here. Yeah, see them little divots in the edge there? That's some deer print. So it looks like they can still jump over this fence, so that's great. Right, let's pause here and have a little mooch. I just realised what I've been doing wrong with this. I've been hitting the what I thought was the go button to start recording again and resume where I left off. But I've actually been hitting stop, so the last couple of times I've been around doing a walkthrough, I've shut the bloody thing off about after every 1 or 2 minutes. So hopefully this time, if I'm careful and watch what I'm doing, I should be able to do it all in one hit, which would be a lot more sensible. Right, let's just nip into this first little opening. There's a little spit here which cuts off some of the back bay and looks back towards the lodge. The old chateau, as we like to call it. So let's just nip in here a bit ninja-like. Of course, there's a gazelle on my feet, so all this debris is no trouble for me. Natural born athlete and all that. Right, so this is the little northwestern back channel, which is seriously overgrown, as you can see. Looking around over here, I can see that there's the old dead boat that had a tree fall on it over there. Yeah, got some nice spruce trees to stuff, so I'm going to clear all this crap out underneath them. It'll make a lovely little hammock spot in the summer. And there's the view out onto just part of the main lake. Yeah, so I'm going to be careful to try and get the right buttons pushed this time and actually make this one proper walk round. Right, so back out on the main track. Yep, we are recording. Back out on the main track. Just a bit too much zoom going on here, hang on. That's better. There's a clearing up here which people have obviously been using to fish from, because there's a big flat grass area and someone's been doing a little bit of chainsawing to clear some spots, so just show you in there and then we'll carry on round. But I wasn't going to do another walk round, but because old Didier rocked up, I told him that the gate was chained but not padlocked, so I just want to make sure he shut that. So yeah, we're turning here. See, all this sort of like flat area looks a bit suspicious, doesn't it, given the rest of it. So, walk down in here. I mean, it's a lovely little spot, but I think they chose it because it's quite well hidden as well. Right, so there's where the old buggers have been chainsawing. Look, that wasn't me. It's back towards the old chateau and the main front lawn. And then just come to this gap here. It's not a particularly good view, but you can just see over to the northwest corner along the far bank, and then the spit starts to come out into the lake and stops somewhere about there. Right, let's get back out on the track. Right, we got back out of the main track, heading down towards the bottom eastern gate, which is the main one we're using at the moment, but there's some lovely primulas and stuff along the track here, all different colours. I'll just zoom in a snidge. Right, almost probably too much. Something like that. So we got all these, there's yellows, purples, violets, there's some dark ones at the back there, but there's rakes of them. Really pretty. And then up the other side here, there's some really strange, really pretty little, look like violets of some sort. They're really pretty. I don't know what they are. Yeah, look at them. I'll have to have a look in the old observers book when I get back. See if they're in it. They might be. They don't look exotic, they just look nice. Anyway, loads of signs of animal tracks and stuff through here. Things like these little divots here where it looks like something lays up. There's a bit of a snooze, could be the deer. Right, that's a bit of a yomp now down towards the main track. There's not much else to see except for, I guess, the old thorn blossom, which looked lovely in the sunshine yesterday, but I ended up doing about 30 bloody 15 to 1 minute videos rather than one decent one. So let's have a little looky-loo. Bit of colour and some leaves, and I should start seeing leaves again. That's excellent. Starting to get some buds and leaves coming out on the old fruit trees down near the gate here as well. Look at that. Oh, another month, it's going to be bloody lovely out here. Anyway, back down towards the track and the gate. Some more old fruit trees. I don't even know whether they've got any life left in them yet. Oh, there are a few buds, look. Just coming, but it's got something wrong with it. It's all like knobbly and shitty, and that bloody mistletoe is in everything around here. Just seems to kill things off. I mean, I'll see some willow trees in a minute that are absolutely covered, but it's a really common sight just to see all these trees absolutely covered. See, this, I had to have this old doggy-old apple tree down the other day because it was, well, it looked in a shocking state, and we needed somewhere to do a 3-point turn, so I've got to buck that up. Next visit probably now. There's the old main gate that we're using at the moment, which I had to do a bit of a bodge up job on it. I managed to find an old fence wire stake in the cabin, which I've wired and zipped up to the bottom there, because that corner is still a bit bent, but someone bent it right back, and we assumed that they could put dogs in at this bottom end of the property and then stand out in the field and shoot whatever was driven out the holes they cut in the top end of the fence. But I'll gradually buckle them up now, and yeah, hopefully it'll bugger them up. But just put some tape on there just to sort of say, oi, there's people here now, we know you're about. So yeah, let's just have a look down at the, there's an opening just by the gate here that looks out onto the lake and the island, which is quite nice. Don't know whether they will actually use it as a fishing spot, but I did see fish out in the boat the other day, so at least we haven't got an empty, dirty, great big pond. Well, I say fish, I saw some bloody great big carp, which was nice. So yeah, down to the water's edge here. So normally something spooks out of here every time I walk down here. There's some big pike lay right in the edge, but not today, fortunately. So there's a view back up the lake to the cabin. Start of the northwestern arm, if you like, which is then blocked off by first the point of the big spit that comes out of the wood, and then just here we've got the island where the old muskrat lives. There's a load of old ducting and pipe work in there, and I reckon he's made a den in there, but I haven't actually got off the boat and into it yet, but we'll have to do that another time now because I'm running out. Right, onwards and upwards. Right, here's one of them willow trees I was talking about. It's absolutely riddled with mistletoe, and what seems to happen is obviously in the autumn the trees shed the leaves so they can stand up to the strong winds and stuff, but you've got all that bloody mistletoe left, so it's like a big sail, and if they're older trees it brings them down, and it's been happening for over the years, for donkey's years, and no one's ever cleared them up, so there's shed loads of stuff to do. Right, there's a better view of the old back of the island, which, if there wasn't so much carnage in front of me, would probably be a really nice little fishing spot, because obviously it's south facing, but look down here, this is the sort of stuff we've got to sort out. Well, all these trees have come down, just been left, so I need to find a capable machine driver and get a big old hairy machine with a grab on it. But I'm just looking to see whether there's any fish hanging around down in them snags. It's probably the cold end of the lake, so they're probably not. There was a load up the top end, which I said about, but yeah, let's push on. So, still on the south bank track that runs parallel to the gravel access road, which is just out there through the fence. So we're probably about halfway round now, I guess. Another look at the back end of the island, up there towards the old chateau, and then it gets screened off by all this scrub to my left, so we'll get up to the other gates, or towards the other gates. There's a bit I want to show you. Right, there's an interesting little bit. I had to put a load of crap up against the fence post there, because it looked like the kids had been using it like a ladder and climbing up each side of the sleeper, putting a foot in the netting. So I just piled up a load of deadwood and bits and bobs there to slow that up, because they were coming into here where I've put this tape up just to say, oi, I know you've been here, because this was one of my jobs, but since I was here last, someone's done it. There's this funny little curved spit that goes out into the water, which gives a good view of the shallow bay behind me in a minute. But they've been here clearing, so once again it's a bit up and down here. Oh god! But so because of my natural ninja skills, it ain't too much of a trouble. But there's a really well you trodden track now, little buggers. I thought they were going to be hunting at first and was trying to get access to the ducks, but the duck season's September to February, so they're not duck hunters. I doubt if they're like ninja militant bird twitchers either, but I reckon they're probably fishermen, because anyone else who was cutting the track would probably chuck it all in the drink, but they haven't done. It's all been put back in the brush out of the way. So this little spot here, which might be quite nice if you levelled the track off and put a timber jetty or something here, because it does give you access to a load of open water, obviously back towards the island, and then this road bank, which you can't really get at anywhere else because it's steep. The bank's really quite steep there. Right, that thing there which I thought was a floating duck pontoon, is actually a couple of bits of concrete which they must have had a machine mounted on when it was a working gravel operation. But let's just ninja back round a bit and give you your first look into like the southwestern corner of the four wings, if you like, of the butterfly shape. It's the shallowest part of the lake, loads of rushes, so it's going to be where the old babies are going to be spawning in a month or so's time. So I'm glad the old Herberts did save me a little bit of a job here, because although I was out here in the boat yesterday, it's a beautiful sunny day, but I buggered the filming up by doing about 1 million short videos. So it's last knockings. Right, so this is part of the back shallow bay. It's about 2 foot deep, 3 foot deep max, but all them rushes and stuff, reeds over there, that's where the old Herberts are going to be in a month's time. Getting a bit jiggy with it. Right, so let's get back out on the track. One little last look. My little blockade, quite ironic to use the timber and stuff that they cut out to gain access, to actually stop them gaining access. Yeah, another dirty great big infested willow tree. Right, up towards the other gate, which is going to be the main gate eventually. Right, so these are the other gates, which are going to be the main ones. They're a bit more substantial than the ones down the other end. So I think we'll get some nice ones made for you and swap these out and put them down the bottom. But see the gravel road there, and then there's actually a T-junction just there behind that fence post. That track that goes back to the B road, and then the track goes the other way out towards other lakes, and I think next doors is called Levasion or something. But because we're on this sort of like T-junction here, it'll be easier for bigger lorries and stuff and deliveries. So that was about, from the halfway point to here was probably about 400 yards. So now we're going to start heading north, and I'll take you into a lovely little bit which reminds me of Canada. I'll show you in a sec. Right, that's the view as we get closer to the old poplar plantation again. But there's a spot up here on the right I want to swerve in and show you. That's the bit that makes me feel like it looks like Canada, but it's also got the biggest bloody badger set I've ever seen in my life. So just up here, see there's a little track that swings around. We'll take that one and I'll show you. It's just around the corner. Right, here we go. So we've got all these nice old spruce trees just here, and you come round and the first thing you see when you get round the corner is a bloody great big pile of dirt. Well, dirt, gravel and stones and sand and stuff, but what it is just a small section of this bloody great big badger set. Now, well, I'm guessing it's a badger. I can't see what else it could be. So just to my right here, it's back, that's all behind all that dog willow and reeds and silver birch saplings. That's like where the shallows is, which I want to clear a bit more at some point, just for access to, you know, see what's occurring. But yeah, look, now I probably can't gauge the size of this mound too well, but it's like someone's delivered about 5 tonne of ballast. And yeah, we got tracks from this morning. I don't know if you can see them very clearly. Quite big old tracks actually. Can you see that or not? Or is that a bit? This way. No, it's not really showing up. Anyway, there's a dirty great big hole at the base of the tree down in there. You can just see the dark patch. Coming around here, there's another equally monster great chunk of diggings, all underneath this other spruce tree. Look, there's his little jujin to underneath. There's another hole there. We got hang on, someone's been in here. They wanted, these logs and that weren't pushed in there yesterday. That's a bit strange. God, I fucking hate to think there's people about even when I'm here. Right. More excavation and more dirty great holes. But yeah, that's really odd, them sticks are pushed in there because they weren't yesterday. I can't see that a creature would try and drag them in, although they haven't done a particularly clever job. And I can't see any blueprints or anything, because if I stand on here, there's an obvious footprint, but there aren't any. So I don't know, maybe it is something dragging stuff in there. Weird, eh? Any road, there's little spruce tree saplings and stuff. Quite nice. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to see them. I won't bother with that. I'll have to go a bit further. But right, here we get a Canada bit. It's obviously right, spruce trees, and then there's a lovely bit of birch forest. Now the track goes up here a bit. To my left, there's about 3 acres in there. I ain't even set foot in it yet. But let's nip up to this opening. I'll give you another view. All the old humps and stuff in there. Really weird. I think maybe because the ground's so unstable for actual like digging, the old badger's sets probably don't last that long, and then they cave in and they have to have another go. But everywhere you look round that place, this place is evidence of like animal tracks and stuff going on. There's another den here which looks like maybe rabbits or something have taken over. You know, it's quite big. But that's another massive old. I see, look, all around it. I don't know if you probably can't see, but all around it there's other big lumps and bumps everywhere. Through there, look, all over the shop. They can't all be old badger sets, I wouldn't have thought, but you know, maybe they are. Anyway, let's nip up here. See him? Look. Bloody hell, brilliant. I saw a couple of holes in the reeds earlier. He's just froze because he's seen me. Oh, there he is. Excellent. Oh, he's gone under. He's off, quick. Oh, he's just dived. I wonder where he'll come up, probably miles away. It's a really weird noise coming from somewhere. It sounds like a bloody drone or something. Anyway, let's just catch a quick. Yeah, he's gone, long gone. There's a nice view back. There's the old concrete jobby. Swinging round to the island in the distance. That's a bloody microlite, and then there's the old swans and stuff. Look at this nut job coming. If I can find him. Yeah. Sod that for a game of soldiers. Any road, let's go back down the track and get out on the main dig again. See, there's all the old. Oh, it's a bit zoomy. Hang on. Back on the right, then this is all the start of the wood that sticks out like a big triangle into the lake, like the old butterfly's abdomen kind of thing. So that, yeah, that's about crazy. Oh fuck me, look, there's a paraglider as well. There's a private airstrip or flying club up near Victory. I expect that's where they come from. Anyway, let's just right down and pause here because it's going to make you feel travel sick. That's all right, I've got to give you one more look at the old birch trees. And now I'm Harry the Nutter up there. But yeah, So it's a shame I didn't do such a good job yesterday, because it was absolutely beautiful with the sun on it. But anyway, there we go, onwards and upwards, back onto the main track. Right, back on the main track, heading north again, up through the poplar grove. I just thinking about them sticks in that badger set. Oh, that's really odd, isn't it? I mean, because I do at least one lap round a day, you kind of get to see and recognise little bits. And of course, obviously, I keep looking at the badger set, because you've got sometimes there's some really good deer prints in the sand outside the burrow where they're off for a drink or something. But yeah, see, there's the back edge of all the birchwood. But it'd be lovely to get in and clear some of that, just so that the decent trees can grow, you know, so that there's not just loads of scrag. But this triangular shaped wood that sticks out into the lake, one half of it is about 3 foot at least higher than the other half. So you've got all birch trees and stuff on this southern side, and on the northern side it's all loads and loads of dead standing wood, but mainly like doggy old willows and stuff. But I've never seen so much dead wood. I don't know quite what's occurring there, but whether it's a disease or whether it was just, I don't know, wish I knew. But anyway, so you can just see now, we're not quite, we are about halfway. It just drops away from the track and it goes from birch trees to willows, dog willows and stuff, but back into the zone of the dreaded bloody thorns that just grow everywhere. There's tons of the stuff, and every time you get a thorn in your finger, it goes as manky as you like. Within a couple of 3 hours, it throbs away like a good one. But I suppose, you know, it's starting off for a bit of green up, so I suppose it's not terrible. But these have come out this week. I mean, there was tiny little buds, but we've had, although the wind's been quite cold and strong, it has brought the buds out and the leaves out a little bit, which is nice. But yeah, anyway, there's a little swerve off to the right here, which gives you a bit of a view of the top, like northwestern wing bay, if you like. Yeah, this is another little nice spot, but yeah, you can see there's just like big 3 or 4, 5 foot deep dropaways on this side of the island. It's really weird. Island, it's not an island, point. So yes, so we are on the north side of the spit that's on the western bank of the lake. So we'll have a quick look out the front first onto the main body of water, and then I'll take you and show you where I've had to do all the serious work's got to occur. So that's sort of stuff we've got to deal with, all these trees down in the water. That's sort of like middle of the lake there, swinging round, looking back towards my lovely old willow tree that I dug out from amongst a load of crap and scrub, and then along the north bank, and then we're going to run out of view because of bankside vegetation. Right, back out on the track, zoomed in a bit too much again. We'll just nip up here. Some more of them nice Premier jobbies, if that's what they are. Hopefully someone will tell me what they actually are. But this top northwestern corner we're heading up to is where I was messing around out in the boat the last couple of days, getting right in amongst the trees and see some really decent sized fish. Probably saw 15, 20 the first day, probably only about 15 the second, maybe only about half a dozen yesterday, so they obviously don't like getting disturbed, although I was trying to be as ninja as I could, and obviously I am amazingly light on my feet. Oh, hang on, I'm trying to have a look down this track because I want to see where old Didier got in this morning. I don't think this is it. I think this is a muskrat trap or something. Something with really short legs, because it's flattened everything down and made like a burrow, you know, semicircular divot, if you like. But where is it? pushes through into next door. There's a track just out there, and then another fence, and that's probably one of the Asian stock ponds just through there, so that's where he's going. Right, let's go back in this corner, and maybe I can ninja in, and there's still be some fish there, but I doubt it. Right, I'll put this on here so that I'm not fiddling with it when we get closer. Now, I really cocked up yesterday. I put my Polaroids on, and I was trying to film the fish. But of course, I couldn't see the sodding screen. It all just looked all like petrol hued all over it, which if anyone's tried to use digital screens with some Polaroids on, you know what it looks like. Matt will know, because he bought a bait with a screen and thought it was 40. You'll remember that. But anyway, they were right in that little bit here, so although it's not sunny today and it's early, there's not really a reason for them to be there, because they want to warm themselves up. But of course, because the sun's not out, it's probably going to be empty. But I think rather than you watching me stumble and try and be ninja-ish, I'll just pause this for a sec. No, nothing in there. No real reason to be there yet. Sun's not warm enough. They like that. Let me just show you, like the old work detail. Fallen trees everywhere. Looks like bloody rainbow. Anyway, I'm just going to have a little looky-loo and see if I can find a track, because old Didier said he came in on this corner somewhere. But I wonder where that might be. Does that look like a trail? No, it'd be worn than that, I'd have thought. Oh, this is going to be dull for you. Hang on a minute, I'll switch you off. Right. There's another deer entrance, or bod's entrance, but that would appear to be where young Didier comes in to walk his dogs. So, another job. No, at least I know where it is now. Okay, what's that one there? There looks like another one there. Yep. Fuck it. Now, that's been properly bent back, so it's a well-used track. I mean, they haven't even tried to be sneaky there, so I don't know, but it looks more like animals now. The boys did say that wild boar can push through netting, but that's actually been cut. All these little points, they've been cut with snips, so that was deliberate. Yeah, anyway. Let's get out. No, I've got more to do. Oh, right, that's it for a bit. We're just heading, where are we? Heading east along the top boundary. I was just thinking, you know, there's halfway up that western bank, there's a funny little gate arrangement in the netting. Although it's all padlocked up and chained, I'm wondering whether I fix all these holes. Next time I'm here and I catch young Didier, just give him a key so I can make sure that all the holes are blocked up. And he said, and he can still do a walk round and a check up to see if anyone's been about, which he offers to do, which is nice of him. But then doesn't mean he still gets to walk his dogs around here. But while we're not here, it'd be quite nice to know there's at least one person that's having a bit of a look out. But there we go. Anyway, so we're coming out to the clearing where the old chateau's situated. That's the back of it. Yeah, so I don't know, probably 500-600 metres up there. That's the other boundary corner. I just want to show you what I want to make into a nice little summer campsite. Well, it's going to be two actually, but the first section of it, which like all good campsites are, as boys will remember, is through under trees. So we can nip in here underneath the old fir trees And we've got quite a nice little clearing and a spit here, which was going to be nice and shaded in the summer. I wanted to just nip out all these horrible bloody thorn trees that are starting to grow up everywhere. Clear these sedges, have this really unhappy looking turkey oak or something out. Clear all these dead and fallen herberts, and that will give me a really nice view of a lot of the lake, but also I can look back right into that far corner. See, that's where I thought the fish might be, down in there, and they have been, but like I say, without the sun being on the water, there's no point in being there. But yes, this is essentially from where I am, or just about across to that point over there. This bit of water's 3 acres, so probably a swim bang in the middle of them poplars over there will give everybody a nice, long range chucks right up to this point here. Margin fishing once we've got all them trees out of the water and the snags cleared, and then up the side of the point, so it's a nice spot for fishing. But anyway, the old spruce trees there for a bit of shade. I could put a bridge line and a tarp up, or hammock and a tarp in the summer. It's got a built-in mozzie net and that, so that'd be nice. And then next to it there's a nice little bivvy or tent pitch, which once I clear these dog willows and stuff out, again will give me a nice, nice little patch, probably about 5-6 metres square. So clear them shitty trees out of the way. Lovely looking view right down the lake. Then we've got to come back round to our matey's old wood store, and there's me Roman ruins. Some more dead fir trees, punky old firewood, some nice rocks for me to build me fire pit with, and even a washing machine drum which will make a lovely little stove to cook on if you put a fire inside it. So this is some of the willow I wicked out from in front of the cabin yesterday. I'm going to need that to use as spars and weaving bits, so when we lay a bit more hedge down. So here we are back at the cabin now. So I did what? What was I going to say? I can't remember now. Anyway, this is pretty much back where we started. So we've got a nice view from the little northeastern arm out, down, around, island in the distance, bottom west wing swings away behind that point about there, and then, is it there? No, about there. And then where we've just come from, and my lovely little willow, weeping willow, which I was buried. We didn't even know we had it until we got here this week and started digging about. But yeah, so there we are. There's still lots of clearing to do. I don't want to make it look like a garden or anything, but do just want to let the nice trees breathe, if you like. So there's some hazel up by the car there which needs coppers in, so I've got more fencing stuff. I want to clear out underneath this big old spruce tree just for a bit of extra shade in the summer, really. That little section here we want to clear away just to give this big willow a bit of breathing room, and I can need to go around the base of them all, chopping all the ivy through so that it stops growing, because that buggers them up as much as the mistletoe does. Now this is a little back channel, but I always get made jump here because there's a pair of pike that hang out together and normally sit right down in this bottom corner here, and they splosh away at 100 miles an hour when I get here. But typically, now I've said that, they're not here. So anyway, this is where I've been launching old rubber ducky from. There's the old nasty fallen trees in the back bay, which is no one's going to be able to get to the fish at, really. We're going to shut that off, so that'll be a nice little reserve in there. That's the point where we first started, just there, right there. Underneath that lot is a bloody great big catfish or something. Same as one over on the halfway along the spit wood bank. Every night there's an almighty wallop as it tries to grab a, I don't know if it's a bird or a fish or what, but it's ginormous, great big thing. Anyway, that's it. We're back at the chateau. Last day today, as I said. Need to pack stuff away, anything that's going to get chomped by mice. There's a few metal leg tables in here, so I have to put a rubber ducky up on the table. I don't think they can get up the legs of that, which is quite handy. But yeah, that's it. That's us really. Anything? I did put the rods out, so I just did a pub chat to a couple of bubbling fish with single hook baits and like a semi-stiffly. So not much chance. I'm not bothered fishing all week, mental. But quite mild and still today. The wind's been all over the shop all week. I mean, literally from all points of the compass within an hour or two. So cranky. But gives you some idea just what we've got. So I say the water's 12 acres and it's in a plot of 24 acres. So there's a lot of wood, a lot of poplar trees, a lot of scrub, and all sorts of stuff. So all good fun. Been bloody hard work this week and hardly made a dent in it, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? Anyway, hope we give you a better idea of what we're looking at. And I think I might actually, this seems to have worked, this video, so I might just stick it on YouTube or something and give you the link to it so that I don't have to stress about hosting stuff and clouds and all that larky. Anyway, nice to show you around. See you soon.